Let's talk about the decline of Bafana Bafana. History tells us that they won AFCON, qualified for the World Cup 2 times in a row, and then from there on there's been like a major decline. What do you think is the reason for that?
I actually have strong opinions when it comes to this topic. Firstly, I think the major downfall of our national team is due to SAFA, our governing body. I mean, Danny Jordan has been there for I don't know how many years. Ever since I've known SAFA, he's been the president. I think we need someone new. We need fresh ideas because clearly what he's doing is not working out. And then secondly, I think the development of South African football is the main cause of our standard of football to be so poor. I mean, you'd find a very, very talented player who grew up Ekasi playing until they are 19, 20, and then they are selected by Sundowns. The style of play they've been used to from Ekasi and the one that they are faced with in the professional setup is completely different. I mean, in a way, they have to learn new ways of playing football at the age of 20. That's too late. You can't develop a player when he's 20. Whereas when you see other countries abroad, from a very young age, they play the way they want them to play. I mean, in Spanish football, you can watch under 12, you can watch the first team. They basically play the same type of football. With us, it's completely different. We jump over the ball, we do all sorts of things. Here, nothing. So I think it has a huge impact on our development. I've watched the AFCON in '96, which we won, the squad that qualified for World Cups in '98 and 2002. When I watch them, in as much as they don't play the way we do Ekasi, but there's a relation. They play the way South Africans know football. Unlike now when we play the way Europeans play. I think those are the key factors that make us suck.
I think it's a product of all our players being local players rather than on the international scene. And that kind of hurts us as South Africa because then they don't have the mentality of international football and how it feels like to play away from home. I think that will be one of the contributing factors. Maybe that's why we did so well in 2010 because we were at home and during the others we were not there. And in the 90s there were a lot of players that were playing internationally. Lucas Khatebe, a bunch of players, Steven Pienaar.
Like
no, not Steven Pienaar.
Like early 2000s.
Yeah.
In early 2000s,
yeah. People who were actually like playing out there, playing European football.
Yeah. Okay, so do you think now we have like Lal Foster maybe in the Premier League? Do you think that maybe that will make a difference?
I think that if we maybe give it a few more years, maybe, I don't know, I'm giving it an estimate of probably like another 10 years because then we hardly have any experienced players. Lyle Foster is not really that experienced. Yeah, I think that would be one of the contributing factors. All of the South African players that are there need a bit more time to develop and then for our local players to catch on from where they are at.
I think the development has been poor because the big teams of the country, Sundowns, Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs, they haven't been producing like proper players for the national team. So the development starting from the bottom, under 17, under 19, under 23. If even our under 17, 19, 23 haven't been producing good players. So the big teams should be focusing more on producing players instead of going there to South America and bringing the likes of Castro and Sereno to the country. They should be focusing on producing from their academies. That then would be standing a chance maybe for AFCON and qualifying for the World Cup.
The problem is that the management of Bafana Bafana.
Safa.
Yeah. The management, like.
And yeah, they are Safa, like the ones who,
Yeah, the coaches, everywhere.
The structures. Everything.
The structure, I mean, if you look South Africa squad, most players are from Sundowns.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, so I agree with Sundowns is a big team.
Yeah.
As it won what is this? Kev.
Oh, Kev, yeah.
So yeah. But the coach at least has to mix mixed players. At least take from Kaizer Chiefs, Pirates, and Sundowns. Or quality players, not only from Sundowns. Yeah.
So you believe there is other quality players within other PSL clubs other than Sundowns that can be chosen to play for Bafana Bafana?
Yeah, they are. For example, Kamohelo Mokojo. Yeah, those kind of players.
So do you feel like if that happens, then maybe we can see Bafana Bafana do well at the upcoming AFCON and maybe also qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup?
We should do.
The Nigeria AFCON is coming up in January. Do you think if that happens, if players are chosen on merit, if players from Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, Pirates, and other teams in the PSL are chosen on merit, are in the team, then we can do well maybe in AFCON next year in January and also maybe qualify for the World Cup in 2026 because the qualifiers are also coming up.
I don't think South Africa would qualify for World Cup. I mean in Africa, for example, nations like Morocco, what is this? Egypt. We cannot win against them. Yeah. That is what I know.
But then we won against Morocco in June.
No, I know, but we saw it was a lucky win.
Okay. But then they had their best players on the pitch,
Yeah, they had Bo Akimi. Yeah. I do not agree, but it was a lucky win.